are you doing? Thank you for coming back. I love it when my lender partners come back and share their updates with me. Thank you
Oh,
so
sure.
much.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So tell everybody who you are, what company you're with, a little bit of background for those who are joining us for the first time.
Oh, sure, no problem. Darius Jenkins. I'm somewhat of a native to the DC area, and I've been a loan officer, boy, a lot of years now, 22 years, I
Y-
think.
Yeah, you got your stripes.
Yeah, it's been a long time, seen it all, done it all. And presently I'm with GNB Mortgage,
Hmm.
and we're the mortgage division of Great North Bank, which actually is based out of Wisconsin.
Okay.
And we're opening up our new Reston office. We just moved furniture in there last night, and so we'll be open there this month. So exciting
Absolutely. I'm
things happening.
excited about that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I forgot to introduce myself. For those of you who don't know, I am Tamara Inzunza with Realty One Group Capital in Alexandria, Virginia. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Facebook Live at 12:05. So this month, I am really punching down and focusing on down payment assistance programs because there is a huge gap between exactly what is out there, what is available, and the amount of down payment assistance that people actually take advantage of. So,
Right,
Darius, I want to share
right.
something that I just learned. So, about 80% of buyers are eligible for down payment assistance. However, only about 15% of buyers actually take advantage of that.
Is it really that low?
It's that
15?
low. Is that low? So, but before you even get into your program, why do you think that is? Can you speak to that from your experience
That's
as
a
a lender?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Probably a lot of it is, and this is just an opinion on it. One is lack of knowledge,
Mhm.
right? Everybody hears, well, you have to have money to put down, and they
Yeah,
think down payment assistance programs are for lower income individuals.
right.
One thing. And the other thing might be sometimes people, they may be making a good income, they may have a good job,
Mhm.
and they don't want to necessarily believe that they need down payment assistance because they see that
Mm.
as a lower level. And that's just a feeling. I have no numbers really based that on. But
Yeah,
that's a really good question, and I wonder why that figure is so low. I mean, if there's
yeah,
free money out there, then people should take advantage of free money,
yeah,
right?
absolutely. Because people will ask their parents,
Right.
and if you can ask your parents for money,
Yeah,
why
take
not
advantage
ask
of the
your lender?
programs that are available to you,
Yeah,
and use that money to purchase a
yep.
house. Because we know cash, and we've discussed this many times,
Mhm.
that cash is king. So the more cash you can hang on to when you purchase your property, the better. And I'm
Right.
sure we'll get into that too. But uh, you sleep better at night knowing you've got money in the bank than you don't, especially
Yes.
if you're a homeowner.
Yes.
So if you've got a program, or you have access to a program that might be able to help you come up with the money to put down to buy a property,
Mhm.
then you should look to take advantage of it.
Absolutely. And for those people who are watching who may be in, a slightly higher income bracket, down payment assistance is a money management tool.
Correct.
It's a money management tool because you are, you're qualifying, getting pre-approved to buy a house, and being able to use this other pot of money allows you to keep the money that you have, or some, if not most of it, right?
Right. Because I personally don't like to see people take money out of retirement
I know.
because they tend not to put that money back.
Mm,
Right. And
yeah.
most people don't have enough money for retirement when the time comes to retire.
Yeah,
So I'm a big proponent of don't touch that retirement money if you don't
exactly.
absolutely have to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's get into your program. So first of all, what is the name of this brand new program that your company has?
Well, we just got this program. It's through First Home Loan Bank of Chicago, and you have to be a
Okay.
member, and we are a member. And we just recently got this in the mortgage division. Down payment plus is what they call it. But it allows, you don't have to be a first-time home buyer, but you
I
have to
love
live in a
that.
property, so it must be a primary residence,
Okay.
right? And you can receive up to $10,000. the lesser of $10,000 or 25% of the sales price. In
Okay.
a DC area, that means $10,000 because
Gotcha.
25% of the sales prices here is definitely going to be over $10,000.
Right.
And it's a grant, so you don't have to pay the money back
I love
as
that word.
long as you live in that property for at least 5 years. If you
Okay.
refinance or sell it prior to the initial 5 years, then
Hmm.
you have to give back some prorated portion of the money. But after
Okay.
that, it's fully forgiven. So that's,
Okay. So, but this is a new program, so that hasn't happened yet, right?
well, it hasn't happened with us yet.
Right.
Right,
Okay. So now
because we just
you
got it. So we haven't actually even closed one yet
okay, so
because
so now
that's how new it is.
you touched on several important points with regards to this program. So the first thing you said was no investors. So it
Correct.
has to be a primary or principal residence.
Right. Can't be a second home. No.
Can't be a second
Can't be
home.
an investment property. Must be a
Okay.
primary residence.
Second thing you said, or one of the other points that you made was that you do not have to be a first time buyer.
That's correct. You do not have to
So
be a
speak
first
on
time.
that a little bit.
Right. You don't have to be a first time buyer to use the program. Typically, with the grants, you do have to be a first time home buyer.
Exactly.
Yeah. But this one, you do not.
So if I currently own a home and if I'm selling my home, even if I have a substantial amount of equity and I can use those funds to fund my down payment, I can still take advantage of this $10,000.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. And another point that you made was the fact, well, you talked on that you don't have to pay it back. You don't have to be a first time buyer. And then it has to be a principal residence.
Principal residence. Correct.
Okay. Did I leave anything out?
Yes.
What did I
So
leave out?
you also cannot exceed the 80% of the area median income.
Okay.
Okay. So the DC area, that 80% would be $122,320.
Okay. Say that number one more time.
And that is household income. So the
Household
household
income.
income
Okay.
can't exceed $122,320.
Okay.
So if you've got one borrower on the loan, and let's say they're living and they've got a 21-year-old daughter and they're making income, their
Hmm.
income would be counted because it's household income.
Okay.
So that household income can't exceed that 80% of the area median income.
Okay. So
So
when,
that's one thing you've got to be careful about is looking at the income because as we
okay.
know in the DC area, a lot of people make quite a bit of cash in this area.
Right. But if you're buying your first home, you
Hmm.
may not be at that household bracket or
Correct.
a lot of single people may
Correct.
not be at that first bracket. So that's a
Correct.
good opportunity.
Correct. Yeah, and there are a lot
But
of households that would still fit under that.
yeah.
Right. And they're having a hard time. Well, as most buyers, especially first time buyers, as you and I
Hmm.
know, have a hard time coming up with the cash for any type of down payment.
Right.
And if you're a veteran and you finance 100%, because
That was
VA,
my
you
next
can finance
question.
100% of the VA loan, you
Hmm.
can use the money towards your closing costs.
So yeah, that was my next question. So if we are working with a veteran buyer who is eligible for the VA program, which means they do not have a down payment requirement,
Correct.
they can still take advantage of this.
Correct.
So this grant program is not loan specific. So it can be a
No, it can be used with conventional,
mhm,
FHA, VA,
mhm,
those three definitely. And there are other loan niche products that it can be used for, but you have to contact your lender and see if that investor would allow it or not allow it.
mhm.
But it's a pretty robust down payment program.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. And I'm so glad you called me and said, guess what? I got a program. Ah, I love it.
Getting the word out is the hardest part. Getting the word out is the hardest part of any loan program. But getting that,
Right.
that's the tough part.
Yeah, and I think we should like establish a goal as far as how many people we can help with this program. Is there this is a grant fund program, so is there an expiration date on this right now?
Right now, no. Right now, they're typically in January is when they decide what amount they're going to use for the grant.
Okay.
And so are they going to increase that amount for 2025? We don't know yet,
Okay.
but we should find that out within the next 30 days.
Okay. But right now, funds are available.
Right now, funds are available, but right now they're not taking new orders until February. I don't know if
Okay.
that's going to be beginning February or mid-February.
Okay.
They haven't
So,
announced that part yet.
so if I'm thinking about buying a home and I'm interested in using this program, what are my next steps?
Well, you would just contact a lender, which would be me,
Yep.
right? And just apply for a mortgage like you would any other loan product.
Okay.
And then based on that, I'll look it over and review and do an analysis and say, okay, you might qualify for this particular down payment assistance program. And then we look at
Mhm.
numbers and you decide what's beneficial to you, what's not beneficial to you, what you want to do,
Mhm.
depending on what products are available to you. And then you proceed from there. But you're just going to go ahead and apply like you would for any typical loan product. And
Awesome.
we would sit down together or talk together over the phone and decide if this program works or doesn't work for you.
Awesome. Well, it is January, new year. We're going to help people reach their home ownership goals. And again, I'm really excited that you called me and told me about this program. I think it's a great way to help people, especially, if you're thinking about renewing that lease and you're under the gun in terms of giving your landlord notice, reach out to us. So Darius, what is the best way if someone who's interested in learning more, how can they contact you?
Well, you can always just email me at Darius@teamdarius.com. That's pretty easy to remember.
Hmm.
You could call me 703-628-5513.
Okay.
You can just go to my website, www.teamdarius.com.
Awesome. Well, Darius, thank you
And you can
again for,
contact you. You
yeah,
always have my contact info.
yes,
So yes, they can reach out to you, Tamara.
yes, please call me. 703-623-8759. I am online at all things moving to Nova. I am grateful to everyone who was able to join us live. If you're catching us in replay action and you have questions, please feel free to type them in the comments, and Darius and I will always be monitoring and we will be there to answer your questions.
Yep, we're here to help. It's a good tool for 2025.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Darius, thank you so much. And thank you everyone for watching us at Facebook Live at 12:05. And we look forward to helping you make that move this year. Thanks,
Thanks for having me,
Darius.
Tamara. You have a great day.
Thank you.
All right, bye, everybody.